pop up with great skill from him doing the Mo Salah! Raheem Sterling! What a finish! What pure class from the Englishman!
Premier Talk, the English Premier League podcast for the fans.
Welcome back to the Premier Talk podcast. This is season 3, episode 13. We took a little bit of a hiatus here since the winter break, since the Christmas break, the holiday break. We've been lacking in terms of the podcast, so I want to be the first to apologize that we haven't been doing this. We've been very busy trying to revamp the socials as well, but nonetheless, we're back. I think that's what our producer wanted to call this episode is we're back. So
we are back.
We're back.
Finally.
I'm one of your two hosts as always, Andrew Mello. Alongside with me is the talented Daniel Barbudo. Daniel, we're back, bro.
Don't make my head too big. Come on,
we're back.
You can't be saying this kind of stuff. We're back. We're finally back. It's good to be back. It's been a busy few weeks. For those of you that follow us on Instagram, we're trying to revamp. We're doing a whole graphic revamp, I guess if you want to call it. Trying to post about everything, trying to get you guys news, standings, games, all that stuff as quick as possible. We appreciate you for following that. If you're not already, go follow us at Premier Talk Official. Little handle change to it as well. Anyways, great to be back. Let's kick off this episode with the starting lineup. Andrew, start us off.
Daniel, we got the table recap.
We got the winter transfer window.
And then we got a little segment we like to call Oh Canada.
Oh Canada, oh baby.
No, don't even.
I can't even with that guy.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. You know the North American commentary has got nothing on the British commentaries, man.
Yeah.
There's some cheesy lines, some cheesy sayings. But I think Canada's playing ability on the pitch has, been that great equalizer for the commentary because without some great play on the pitch, the calls would I just get frustrated.
Oh,
anyways, I'm not gonna get into it.
We'll get into it later. We have to get into it a little bit. Okay, transfer recap. Wow, table recap. There's been a lot. We've been gone for what now? A month and a half. There's been a lot of change in the table. So we're just gonna read through quick table. I'll start us off. I'll go. I don't know if I want to do first 10. Mello, you can do second 10. Manchester City, they keep their form. Still in first place, sitting nice up there. 9 points ahead of Liverpool in second with 57. Liverpool second, obviously. Chelsea in third, 1 point back of Liverpool. You got Manchester United in fourth. We didn't see this before, but they've stepped up since getting Ralph Rangnick. It wasn't good at the beginning, but it's looking a little bit better now. We got West Ham in fifth, Arsenal in sixth. I think when we left you guys, Arsenal was in fourth. They had just jumped West Ham barely. Anyways, they sit in sixth now. Tottenham in seventh, but they have a lot of games in hand. You got Wolves in eighth, Brighton in ninth, and Leicester City in 10th.
Yeah, Danny, I just want to ask you, what surprises you in that top 10? Is there any surprises there? Is there anything that you think should be, I don't know, stepping up a bit and should be a little bit higher or a little bit lower?
To be honest with you, the way Arsenal started off their season, they surprised me at first when they were top 4. Now they're sitting in 6th, but then again, they have 1 game in hand. They're 3 points off of 4th. So they surprised me a little bit how high up they've been. Same thing with Tottenham. They have 3 or 4 games in hand on almost everyone in the Prem because of their COVID cases, and they had they had to shut down their facilities for a couple of weeks. They had to miss out on a bunch of games. With a few wins, they could be sitting close to Chelsea. You know what I mean? Those two are big surprises there.
Yeah. For me, I really love the turnaround of Wolves. They're sitting in 8th, and everyone's sleeping on Wolves right now. I think they had a successful winter window. We can get into that a little bit later, but with the players they have at their disposal and the manager they have in Bruno Guimaras, they've done a fantastic job because they started off the season, I think, without a win in their first 3 games, something like that. And it was just an adjustment period for the team and for the players and personnel. So I think they've been doing very, very well. 21 matches played, 2 less than first place Manchester City. So they have some points they could catch up in terms of between Tottenham and Arsenal. And it'd be fantastic to see that club fighting for European place.
Mhm. One team even that I have to discuss quickly, Liverpool. They've dropped more points than I think people expected them to. Same thing with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Both of them haven't been great over the last like month and a bit. I know Liverpool, it's like they're missing obviously like players like Mane, Salah, um, Keita, like guys like that to AFCON. Obviously, it kind of sucks that that doesn't fall under an international break, but the tournament goes on for so long that they really can't. They try to schedule an international break in between
Hmm.
so that they don't miss out on too many games, but they've been gone. And like when you're losing, you're missing two of your best players on the Liverpool side. Like there's not you're not expecting your team to go out there and win games in and out. Like you know what I mean? Same thing with Chelsea. Just Chelsea haven't been that great, and they haven't been missing that many players. It's more like injuries and COVID with them. But
Yeah, well,
both those
Chelsea,
teams,
Chelsea had the whole Lukaku fiasco.
that was a disaster.
That was a disaster, absolute disaster. I think that was handled poorly by the player.
Mhm.
Um, and as a fan of the club and someone that likes watching Chelsea football, if someone were to say they don't want to play for the club and they're having regrets about joining the club again, then you know just be gone. Just leave the club.
Mhm.
Don't waste our time. Don't waste the money that the club's paying you. They're paying you good money to perform, and give another guy a chance if he's not gonna wear his heart on his sleeve, so to speak. So that really pissed me off, because I think Tuchel is a top manager, and I think that
Mhm.
egos are getting the best of that team right now.
Yep, I completely agree with you. I think that's you hit that nail right on the head. I'm gonna move on. Mello, yours. I'll do the next 10. What are your biggest surprises here? We got Aston Villa in 11th, Southampton in 12th, Crystal Palace in 13th, Brentford in 14th, Leeds in 15th, Everton in 16th. I know I'll say right off the bat, that's my biggest surprise right there. Norwich in 17th, Newcastle in 18th, Watford in 19th, and Burnley in dead last.
Yeah, Daniel, it's interesting because start of the season around 10 games in or so, me and you had a good laugh about Norwich saying that they were done for sure. Uh
There's
they
no way.
fi-
Yeah.
they fired their coach. They appointed a new coach. And we thought it was just for shits and gigs, we just
Mhm.
thought it was just whatever. But man, they turned it around. They've got some important wins, some surprising wins. Two wins in the last five. That's not the most impressive stat, but it is for a team like Norwich.
Mhm.
And with all the money being spent from the clubs around them in that pocket of that 15th to 20th range, they haven't really been that active, and uh, they've leapfrogged themselves out of relegation. They currently sit in fourth last, 17th place, 16 points, only 1 point more than Newcastle. I know it's not much, but at the end of the day, they were in a rut there at the start of the season. They
Yeah.
really turned around. So I'd say Norwich is a big surprise, and also like Everton, like you said, for the players that they have,
Mhm.
the stature, the supposed stature of the club they're supposed to be. They always say that they're trying to fight for your Europa League spot, but they never really found themselves
Mhm.
fighting for Europa League spot. They've just been underwhelming the last couple of years. And they're wasting guys like Richarlison.
Yep.
They're wasting guys like Decore. I think Decore is too good for this team, in my opinion. I think he should be.
Damari Gray, I think, is
Demar
insane.
Gray is a good player as well. He's decent. He's decent, but I think guys like Decore and Richarlison are being wasted for sure.
Mhm.
New appointment of a manager, Frank Lampard. Rafa Benitez out. Lampard's back coaching again.
They got
Is
Ashley
Lamp
Cole to manage.
is Lampard going to be that guy to turn things around? Is a new face in the locker room going to be uh something that's going to turn things around from negative to positive? We're gonna have to wait and see. They lost Luca Digne. I think it was about time for him to get out of there. I think he's a top player.
Mhm.
And they bring in Mikalenko, young Ukrainian fullback. I think he's one for the future. 20 mils a hefty price tag for him, but we'll see how he plays out. He had a very good European tournament in the summer with his national team. So
Mhm.
so we'll see. There's been some changes there, changes of player personnel and managing personnel. So Wayne Rooney even turned down the job. He had the opportunity and he's staying with Derby County and
Derby County. Yeah.
trying to finish things off there. But it's a big task for Frank. It's a big task for him. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if they could get themselves back into that top 10 area. They're not too far off. They got 19. Leicester's got 26. They have to go on a run, Daniel. They have to go on a run, and it's
Mhm.
not going to be easy. And some of these guys just got to turn their attitudes around because I don't know, it doesn't look too good for Everton right now.
I'm hyped for Newcastle. I don't know about you, but these signings, they're just splashing cash all over the place. You got teams that are they want players that teams are offering to other teams for like 5 mil, 10 mil. And then Newcastle's like, yeah, we want him. And they're like, okay, give us 40 mil. And they're like, yeah, sure. It makes no sense to me how they're like, the price that they need to pay for players is like triple of what anyone else needs to pay. I find that so funny. And I guess that's kind of a segment into our winter transfer window. There was a bunch. It was a nuts transfer window. There was loads of transfers. There was people moving all over the place. It was crazy. I'm gonna list. Okay, no, we're not gonna list them off. We're gonna run through each one by one, and there might be some we could have forgotten. Hopefully, we got almost all the major ones. Dele Alli to Tottenham, or from Tottenham to Everton for 40 mil.
That's a joke, man. That's a joke. You know what? He's one of those guys, man. I always hate when these English players get hyped up. And I remember 3 or 4 years ago, Dele Alli was emerging out of this Tottenham side after he came back from Milton Keynes. He really got his first shot at playing first team football. Got his shot at playing first team football, and he was good. He was good for a season and a half. Had one season that they contended with Leicester for the title, and they just missed out. He had a fantastic season. That was
He
several
did have a
years
good year.
back now. But man, he's tapered off, and he's just gone down and down each year, one after the other. And I don't think he's that guy, man. I don't think he's that guy that people made him out to be when he had that good season a couple years back. But for 40 mil, man, you don't see them. Is that obligation or option?
That's obligation. He signed.
Yeah, that's a joke for an obligation.
Yeah.
Buying for 40 mil. That doesn't. Man, you could buy two solid players for 20 mil.
I know.
I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that one, but it seems like just a desperate move, especially with the circumstances around the club right now. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that one.
I don't mind this move, to be honest with you. I think the 40 million price tag is way too much, like you said. I think that Dele Alli, if he gets hot, he can be a decent player, a decent midfielder, a decent attacking mid. The thing is he going to get hot, and will he ever find the same form that he had a couple years ago?
I don't think so.
Those two questions you got to ask yourselves. 40 mil is a lot, though. Too much. Here's a great one. Christian Erickson. He was a free agent because he had been dropped by Inter after what happened in the Euros.
Yep.
He went to Brentford for free.
Yeah, he was training with Ajax for a little bit before he made the deal too. I thought that was pretty cool. Training with the reserve squad. Yeah, that was nice.
I love it. He's going to be back in the Prem. Hopefully he stays healthy. I know that what was a heart defect. I think he has something now that he has to wear at all times.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the details of, but people were saying online, oh, it's a step down. It's Brentford. It's Christian Erickson should be playing on a top club. But you know what? This is a good move. It's a difficult league, one of the best leagues in the world, if not the best league in the world, which I think it is. He's coming into a side. It's gonna be a good challenge, not only a physical challenge for him getting back into the rhythm of things, but a mental challenge. It's an unfamiliar place for Christian Erickson because he's played on top sides, and not only the Danish national team, they've got a solid underrated team there, but in Inter and Tottenham, these are decently sized clubs, but now to take a step back and go to Brentford, I think it's a great move for him. I think it's a fantastic move, and they're definitely going to utilize his ability to string those passes because he's just when he's playing well, he's just a great playmaking type player. Any team could really use. So
link up from Erickson to Tony. It's gonna be a nuts link up. Okay, third one. We got this. There's way too many for us to be going like this. Third one. Well. I don't know. I'm mispronouncing.
Weghorst.
We're just gonna call him Weghorst because I know him by Weghorst. The monster from Wolfsburg to Burnley for 12 mil. Fire signing, in my opinion.
It's Peter Crouch 2.0, the Dutch Peter Crouch.
And shout out to Burnley for dropping that video when they signed him of the Jurassic Park, and then they edited him. It was a great. If you haven't seen it, go look at Instagram. Burnley's Instagram. They posted it there. I think Burnley's Twitter too. It's a great video. Moving on, we got Julian Alvarez. Wonder star, young kid from River Plate to Manchester City, 14 mil. He doesn't move to Manchester City though until the summer. This is like a pre-obligation to buy. Yeah,
Daniel, I'm gonna be honest here. I haven't really watched him play. I haven't watched him play. I'm not a big fan of I'm not in tune with Argentinian league and South American football. But I was looking at his stats. I looked at his stats, and from this year alone, he's played 21 matches and he's found the back of the net 18 times. I think that's a pretty good conversion rate.
Pretty good number.
And on top of that, you throw in seven assists. And I think
Mhm.
what was the price tag we're talking here for him?
It was 14 million pounds, which is like 22 million
See,
dollars.
this is what I mean. Like, I know he's young and he hasn't played European football, but at the same time, you go and bring in a player that's proven himself domestically, and also the oh my God, what's it called? It's in my mind now.
What
Copa,
the Copa America?
yeah. So he's even been called up to the national team as well too. So he's definitely a guy that I think could find success, and maybe he could be that next Aguero. I don't know if he's gonna live up to the hype, to the Aguero hype, to that stature, but I think it's a good signing, a very good signing. And I think this is the striker that will slowly fill in to that role
A
they're
big
looking for.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with the signing. Unlike you, I can't say I've watched him play. I know he with his stats and the way people talk about him, people think he's going to be something special one day. And Pep seems to be able to sign these players and then develop them, and they turn into just superstars.
Yep.
And I think that he has somebody on his hands that could really turn into one of those superstars.
Manchester City's got this winning culture, man. They have a
It's
winning
nuts.
culture with a winning coach. Not only tactically is he phenomenal, one of the best to ever do it. So you're taking under someone's wing like that. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to absorb a lot. And you put him in an environment where the competition and the level is high, day in, day out, with top midfielders, top defenders, some of the world's best, right? And top
He'll learn.
attackers. He'll learn a lot, and I think he'll really, really adapt well. So I think that's a top signing.
We got a double here from Juve to Tottenham. Our first one is Bentancur for 21.5 mil, and then the second is Kulusevski on loan.
Yeah, these guys are Daniel. These guys are guys that didn't even get into the Juventus squad.
Juventus squad is mudded right now.
It's true. Like, Daniel, these guys weren't even playing week in, week out. Chiesa is out, and Kulusevski didn't even find himself playing, regularly.
I liked Kulusevski.
I like Kulusevski
last year. I think he was good.
I think he was good too, and he brought a little bit of energy when he came on. He's like one of those guys. Like, I think of Adamas, I think of Ricardo Quaresmas, guys like that you can bring onto the game, 60th minute, and they'll really have a great impact. I don't know, starting, Daniel. I don't know. There's something weird about certain players, and I think that a guy like Kulusevski is better off the bench. I don't know. I heard there's some details around him, like they have to buy him in the future. For
something like if they make Champions League, for like 40 mil.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, Daniel. I don't know. And Bentancur, not a fan of Bentancur. I'll never forget. Juventus was playing Porto in the UCL a couple years back, and I'll never forget the sloppiest, most sluggish, lazy, garbage pass I've seen in my life. He was inside his own box, and he just fluffed the pass back to his goalkeeper. I can't remember who ran onto it. They stole it from, it was a Portish, the Porto player that stole it, and he scored in the net. It was the most like baffling play I've seen in my life. And honestly, I don't want to be too harsh on Bentancur, but he's a trash 6 in my opinion. I don't like him. I'm sorry I'm being harsh here, but I don't think he's good.
We'll see how he does in the
That was just laziness. I didn't like it. So
we're gonna run through a quick little W or L. We're just gonna run through like 15 guys.
Yeah, go for it.
Matt Target, Aston Villa to Newcastle on loan.
Yeah,
is that a dub or no?
That's a dub.
Okay. It's a dub in my opinion too. Yeah. Van de Beek, Manchester United to Everton on loan.
Big L, bro.
For me, it's a dub.
No, Daniel. I'm telling you, man.
He's gonna get playing time.
No. I know, he's not, because he's gonna have to fight with Dele. He's gonna have to fight with the legend Andre Gomes. Okay, for minutes.
He's better than both of them.
I don't know. I think the situation right now is so negative for that Everton team. I don't think it's a good place for him to be. It's gonna really test his character. I think the best spot for him would have been Crystal Palace, because the Connor Gallagher link up with Van de Beek would have been dynamic, man. That would have been,
and you get one of the best midfielders in the world, coach, of all time to ever do it.
That would have been amazing, man. I know people are saying, "Oh, Crystal Palace, bottom feeder club. They're doing better than Everton this year, man."
That's true.
I think Van de Beek would have really worked well and excelled in that environment. He has Zaha ahead of him. guys like Udasana Edward, who's the striker they just signed from Mainz? Oh my gosh, they signed him permanent loan. Uh, he was on loan right now. I forget his name, but anyways, he's having a terrific season as well. French striker. Oh my god, it's slipping my mind right now. Anyways, top signing. That would have been a top signing. So it's
Would have been a tough sign. So you're gonna say this is an L.
It's an L. It's an L. Yeah, it's an L.
I think he's gonna be sick under friggin' Lampard. I think he's gonna be good.
I don't know.
They have Sigurdsson, Damari Gray. They have a decent. They got guys.
Sigurdsson's not even playing, man. I'm not getting into Sigurdsson.
Why did I say Sigurdsson?
Sigurdsson's out of the picture, bro.
Richarlison. Oh, I'm mudded. Sigurdsson. Who knows that guy? Oh, that guy. What a disaster that guy was. Okay, we're gonna move on. Dan Burn, Brighton to Newcastle, 13 mil. Again, Newcastle paying 13 mil for Dan Bird is a disaster. L.
That's
Straight L.
That's an L.
Luis Diaz, Porto to Liverpool, 50 mil.
Oh, that's a massive dub. And I'll tell you why, Daniel. I want to get into this one real quick. This is a top signing. I as much as I hate Porto because he would freaking destroy Benfica and destroy many other Liga Norte clubs. Man, this guy, he was the focal point of that Porto team. This guy in the UCL was making guys look like bums. Man, 18 games played, 14 goals, and 5 assists. And this guy had one of the most outrageous bicycle kicks I've ever seen in my life when he played for Colombia and was on one of the breaks a couple weeks, maybe a month ago now. But anyways, this guy's amazing ability to run at defenders, just amazing individual talent and skill. He doesn't let goals slip in front of and when he's got a goal scoring opportunity, man. This guy's very clinical. And I really like this signing because Mo Salah has been a little bit, in my opinion, I don't know, what's the word? He's been difficult.
Out of it. He's
been difficult. No, because he's on the verge of not signing this contract that they're offering him. He wants a number in the range of 400K a week, that's Real Madrid type money there. I don't know if Liverpool's
talking about Madrid type.
I know Salah's been their guy for the last couple of years, and he's been a great servant to the club and is a fan favorite, and he's really put Egypt on the map again. So there's a lot there. There's a lot of it's a difficult situation, but I think bringing a guy like Luis Diaz is gonna put a little bit of pressure because say Salah doesn't sign, they have a guy. I don't know if he's gonna be able to go to that Salah level, but he's just there. He has the potential to get to that Salah level, because he's just a fantastic, skillful player, man.
I think he's good. 50 million pounds we're talking here is a lot.
It is a lot, but people are sleeping on it, man. You're buying Chris Wood for 30 mil. Chris Wood's a bum, bro. I'm sorry. Three goals in like 19.
That's Newcastle though.
I don't care. 30 mil for him. He's 30 years old and this guy's not producing. Luis Diaz, man, he's everywhere. And he's that guy that's gonna really like this. That's why Manchester City does well. They have guys like that on the bench. Now Liverpool has a guy like that on the bench, and he's gonna be able. I don't even think he's gonna be on the bench regularly. It's gonna be all constant rotation. I think Klopp's gonna really utilize him. I don't know, man. He's a really good signing. A+ signing for me.
Okay, I'm not that high. I think it's good. I think price tag is a little bit too high though. We're gonna move on. Bruno Guimaras.
Oh my
I can't
God.
say his last name. Sorry, but today. Leon to Newcastle.
Yo, wait. Just stop. Guimaras.
Guimaras. I don't know. How do you say? Sorry, here.
Guimaras, bro. Guimaras.
Oh
my Guimaras.
I can't say that. I wouldn't know how to say his name. That's why I say I butcher it. Anyways, he's good. I don't think he's worth 40 mil, but it's Newcastle, so they can just whip out money whenever they feel like.
That's a W sign. That's a W signing. They needed a 6. He's a 6 or an 8. And I remember when Benfica wanted to get him, I was so pissed off when Leon beat us to his signature, man, because I've seen him play and he's just a very smart player. He reminds me of Neves from Wolves. That's 6. That's a great ability to move the ball. He's very strong in his challenges as well. So I think that's a good signing, and he's gonna bring some flair to that midfield for Newcastle because John Joe Shelby's not gonna
goat.
He's not gonna cut it.
Goated. Callum Chambers, Arsenal to Aston Villa on an undisclosed. We don't know how much it was worth.
Yeah, we don't care about that one. Sorry.
I think it's just player movement, to be honest with you. So creating some depth in squad. Not that Callum Chambers creates any depth to Aston Villa. But anyways, good for Aston Villa. Hwang Hee-chan. Was he back to Wolves? I was so lost.
Yeah, it's a permanent. So this was a loan initially from Leipzig. And now they made it permanent, obviously, because I guess Adama's out the door, so they wanted to bring in
Yeah.
depth. They also brought in a guy from Liga NOS, former, I believe he came to the Sporting Academy, Chiquinho, very crafty winger. Seen him play for Estoril. Estoril is one of those clubs that just came up from the second division in Portuguese football, and he was one of the main reasons why they came up. One of the main reasons why they've been doing well. I think they're mid-table right now, sitting mid-table. But he's a very crafty winger, and I'm a little skeptical. I don't know if another Portuguese guy. I don't know if he's going to do well in the Premier League. Has yet to play. But from what I've spoken to with some people, they say he's going to do well. So we'll see. We'll see.
My biggest dub of this transfer window, Lucas Digne.
Yeah,
Everton to Aston Villa, 25 mil.
top signing, man.
Top for cheap. That's a top signing for cheap because
Yeah,
he's
it's-
gross. He
He's
was one of those guys when he left Barcelona. I was upset about it because I thought he was going to be a guy that can slot in and replace Jordi Alba as like
Yeah.
an attacking fullback. And then he left and they sold him to Everton. Did he go straight to Everton? I think he did.
No, he was PSG too, man. He was on PSG for a little bit. I can't remember the order, but it was PSG to Barca, then Barca to Everton.
I think
He was on PSG as well. I know that for sure. But anyways,
Anyway, he's gross.
Yeah,
I think he's so good.
yeah, just defensively a little bit. He's not.
A little bit
but
lacking,
but
but
that's you make it up for his attacking ability because going forward, man,
Mhm.
this guy could swing in a good cross, and I think that was a good move from Everton or Villa standpoint. Yeah, so top move.
Chris Wood, Burnley to Newcastle.
I already spoke about it. I already spoke.
Yeah,
about
we
it.
already said it. Way too much.
No,
Al Ghazi from Aston Villa at Everton on loan is
yeah, I don't really care. It's whatever. Yeah.
Maitland-Niles from Arsenal to Roma. Again, it's like,
It's good for Maitland Niles. He's not getting minutes in Arsenal.
he's not getting minutes in
No.
Arsenal. I don't even think he's ever going to, but if he can prove himself somewhere else, maybe he might come back. Tuan Zebe he went back to Manchester United from Aston Villa, and then they loaned him out instantly to Napoli. So
I don't know what United's doing, man. He's good. He's actually
I like him
he's from
too.
the academy as well. I've always liked him. He's a tall center back. He's great physically. And he's a guy that could win balls and challenges. He does more than Maguire, man. And
He had a stat though that was really against him. Like every single
Sure.
time he came on, he would get a yellow like his first tackle. Like
I
every
don't
single time
care.
he came on as
I
a
don't care.
sub, like,
Bring
he
in
just takes
bring in
the
that
yellow.
intensity, bring in that energy, man. And that's something that United's missing in the back there.
That's facts.
So
This is another dub signing for me. Trippier, Atletico to Newcastle. Not because Trippier is nasty or anything, but Newcastle only paid 12 mil for our signing, which is
that was a gamble on Trippier's part to go to
it
Newcastle.
was a gamble. He was the first person. He kickstarted.
I don't know if I
Newcastle's
think that
spending
joke just
spree.
went right over your head, Daniel.
What? Oh, don't
gamble
keep
joke.
bringing in Trippier's gambling addictions on this podcast. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. We might as well just start talking.
It's okay.
about
He made all his money.
disaster
He made all his money back in the contract. He's probably getting paid millions of dollars to be a Newcastle player now. So
Felipe Coutinho back in the Prem from Barcelona to Aston Villa on loan. Dub.
Yeah.
Dub for both teams. Aston Villa need him this season, and Barcelona need him to get.
oh, that's a dub. That is a dub. He came on and he tied against United. He got a goal and assist.
Yeah, I wanted to end my life when he scored
Yeah.
against me.
So he's a good signing for Villa. Maybe he'll even sign potentially on a permanent basis. Who knows? Who knows, man?
Find out. Actually, no, I don't think there's a permanent option. I don't think there is. I think
But
they
who
said
knows?
strictly
Maybe
on loan.
maybe they'll
in the
work on
future
that.
they
Yeah,
might
exactly.
negotiate. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hussein Kamara. This is the fullback from Nice, I believe, to Watford, undisclosed.
He's a left back.
left back. Yeah, right. Okay.
He's a short guy, very short left back. I haven't watched too much of him, so we'll see. But I know that Watford's been struggling defensively this year, man. They've been poor. So
To bring
I don't
in
know.
defensive options is always a
Yeah,
bonus.
I don't know. We'll see.
We got Tanguy, and Dembele. This is
he
which
came
was
up
this Tottenham to Lyon on loan.
Yeah, he was coming out publicly. He's going back to Lyon where he came from. This is on loan with an option to buy for 60 million. Are you crazy? 60 million?
They put
that's-
60 mil on that.
Yeah, it
permanent?
was like
Oh,
something
God.
crazy like that. If they want to buy him, 60 million. No, they're not gonna trigger that. No chance.
Lyon might be mudded enough.
He
to do
came
that.
out and he was complaining, oh, since I joined Tottenham, I've had 5 different coaches, this and that.
Oh well.
This is a testament of his character. I know
Mhm.
situation's not ideal. I know that Tottenham's not in the best of moments right now, but this is where you see those players that are strong not only mentally but strong in terms of their character and their leadership abilities. And I think that he came in here. He came in for the bag. He got his bag, and he doesn't like being there in that environment. And he's just taking the easy route, and that's going back to a familiar place, which is Lyon. So, I
Mhm.
mean, I thought he was gonna be fantastic. He was really good when he came from Lyon. Like
When he first signed.
he was nuts. Like this guy was everywhere in the midfield. Lyon had a really good UCL campaign that year as well. That was over in I think 2019 or 2020. I can't remember. I think it was pre-pandemic. But anyways,
Yeah, pre-pandemic it was.
he hasn't done anything, man. Nothing for Tottenham. Nothing. Zero.
Yeah, he's done very little.
And you've seen that this is where I like to compare players. I don't always like to compare players, but I look at a guy like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, right? Both came
Højbjerg.
around similar times. Then they've undergone that process where coaches have come left, right? But you've seen guys like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang for a cheaper price tag produce more.
You don't
And
know why? Because he fights for his spot.
mentally, this guy's nuts. Like a guy like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he brings that fire, he brings that energy.
Yeah.
I love players like that. I love players that bring that passion to the game. And guys like Dele, just it seems like there's like a sense of entitlement when he's on the
He
pitch.
reminds me of like a
Taking out the ball.
Sissoko.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't. That's my problem with him. So I don't know. I don't. They're not gonna get their money back for him. That's for sure. I don't think so.
Another move from Tottenham. Brian Gill, Tottenham to Valencia on loan. It's like,
Yeah,
go there and develop. Get some playing time.
yeah. Just,
Lo Celso, another Tottenham to Villarreal on loan. Same thing. He came in and they had high expectations, and now he's gone. We got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. This is an absolute L for Arsenal. Okay, so hang on. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang from Arsenal to Barcelona for free. This is
Yeah,
just a
Daniel,
complete L.
But Daniel, they have to get him off the books, man. That guy.
No, but he's not even off their books because they need to pay his wages up until the end of the year, up until July 1st.
Yeah, but they don't have to pay the rest of his contract though, which is substantial money, Daniel. So
Yeah, but
know,
he renegotiated.
they
with
were at the
Barca.
point where they're like, let's cut our losses. It's terrible business on Arsenal's part, regardless. They had to get him out because one, not producing after signing that big contract, never amounted to anything because he was fantastic before the contract. After the contract, I don't know if the money got to his head.
Shocking. Yeah, the
But
money
his-
got to his head, literally.
But his demeanor on the pitch, off the pitch,
It
you've heard
sucks.
reports.
It's awful.
Garbage. He's supposed to be a leader in that team. He's 32 years old now. He's been to Dortmund, he's been to Milan, he's been to these big clubs. And he's supposed to be a role model for the guys like the Sakas of the club, this Emil Smith Rose of the club. Those guys are going to be for the future. And when you see a guy like Aubameyang screwing around off the pitch, it definitely feeds into creating distractions for this team. And I think that's what it was doing. And it got to the point where is it worth even having him starting anymore? And then eventually found himself not even in the lineup anymore. But just a poor period after signing that contract. I was just shocked that he was missing like goals like right open in front of him. I remember the last game I saw him play was against United, and he absolutely bottled the goal in front of the net and fluffed it in front of the head. That was a joke. And it just shows you like the headspace he's at right now.
Hey, got the player of the month.
He went to
Even
AFCON
though
too, and he's fooling around on AFCON. And he didn't start because they said it was a COVID test or
Related. Yeah.
Yeah, but it
trash.
wasn't. He was out partying with Mario Lamina, another former Premier League player. But it just shows you the leadership, the lack of leadership skills.
Lack of, yeah.
So I think it was a fantastic move to get him out. They tried getting Isaac, and they caught an L on that one too. Isaac, I think, is going to be a player many teams are going to, try to get and grab, and
In the summer, definitely.
he's a top player. And if I'm Isaac, I would just stay away from Arsenal. Stay away. It's bad for you. Okay?
Any player across Europe, I'm staying away from Arsenal.
Yeah, I
Look
don't
at the
know
players that come in. Who did they develop? Okay, you got guys like Saka that has come and shown something.
that.
You got Emil Smith Rowe that's come up and shown something.
Yeah.
Those two players for me are the two best players on that squad, and it's not even close.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think
fine.
anybody comes close to those two guys.
Yeah.
But that's a very particular player you're looking at. You're looking at those guys. Like those guys can go to most places in the Premier League and play and do well.
Like Daniel, if you had to grade Arsenal transfer window from like an A to like an F, what would you give them?
Oh, like a D?
I give them
Like,
worse than that.
what
I
did
give
they
them
do?
worse than that. I give them an F.
They signed nobody. Their biggest L was Aubameyang for free, even though they had to get him off the books. They probably could have gotten money for him.
Yeah, they missed out on Isaac. They missed
They
out
missed.
on they missed out on Vlahovic.
That was a disaster in itself.
Uh,
But then again, Fiorentina wanted like 75 mil for that guy.
yeah, but
And
come on, he's
like,
been
okay,
produced.
he's decent. I don't think he's gonna be anything special though. I don't think he's worth $90 million.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's a big price tag, but it's I don't know, man.
Like,
Losing Abba and not picking up anyone.
mhm.
Abba was producing much, but you know what I mean. Like they need a guy up there. And I don't know if Lacazette's going to be that guy. They're already looking to get him off the books too, back to Lyon as well for next season. That's what I heard.
Yeah, but he said he's willing to do anything to stay though.
I guess I don't know, but I think Isaac would be a fantastic signing. I don't know if it's good for Isaac, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm done talking about Arsenal though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got 4 left. We're gonna just go run through these quickly. Adama Traore, Wolves to Barcelona on loan. Dub, in my opinion, from Barca.
I think he brings something that Barcelona doesn't have, and that's something that's uncharacteristic to the club. A lot of those players are technical players,
Technical dribble,
high IQ
pass.
players, players that fit their system. But I think Xavi wanted that wild card, and he got that wild card in Traore, where he brings pace,
Just a disgusting amount of pace and physicality.
physicality, and he's a guy that you can even slot in as a fullback, maybe potentially. Who knows?
I think that there was rumors that Xavi was going to try to do that. He was going to try to slot him fullback.
They have Dani Alves playing right now, and Dani Alves is not for the future. We know that. Everyone knows that. So I think potentially Adama might be that guy.
Okay, we got Amad Diallo, United to Rangers on loan.
Yeah, good.
He came out in his
get some
debut and he
minutes.
scored.
Yeah, get some minutes. Good for him.
Yeah, get in some minutes. Dub. Martial, United to Sevilla on loan. Same thing. Get in some minutes. Go get your minutes.
Yeah, good for Martial. The United, they lost Greenwood for reasons off the field. We're not going to get into it, but they lost him. They lost Martial. They lost Amad Diallo. They lost who am I missing? Missing someone else.
Tuanzebe he came back and then he left instantly. So
yeah, so they're missing some guys, and they didn't bring anyone in to replace them. So I think they're really going to rely on Elanga now. He's been great.
he has
Hopefully
been
keep
good.
this up, and hopefully it's not just
A little stint.
yeah, a little stint here. But I like Elanga. I like him. He brings an attitude, a positive attitude that I feel like and
It's
just
lacking in that side.
yeah, just a will to looks like he's ready to learn and just do his best every day. And I feel
Mhm.
like some of these other guys have these massive inflated egos that just restrict them from reaching their potential. So I think a guy like Elanga, and Ralph's noticing he's putting some pressure on these big time guys, I guess you want to say. Yeah. So I like Elanga, and I hope he continues to do well.
And the last signing, Ferran Torres from Manchester City to Barcelona for 55 million pounds.
Yeah, this happened a while back.
Yeah, this happened right at the beginning of the transfer window.
I don't know. I
first
feel
day.
like I thought he was gonna stick around City for longer, man. I thought that he was gonna be, a guy to replace like a Mahrez. But he never found his minutes. He never found his minutes due to the, top players.
The depth in that
Yeah,
squad.
So good for him. Good for him. I don't know. I think it was always a dream of his to play for Barcelona.
For Barcelona, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
good
mean,
for
being
him.
Spanish and everything. So
Yeah.
I think he impressed me when Spain was in the Euros.
Yeah.
He impressed me big time. I thought that he was a vital role in that Spanish side alongside Pedri. So, I mean, now they get to play together in the same team. Half of that Spain team was from Barca anyways.
Mhm.
And this guy fits exactly what you were saying before. Not like a wild card like Adama, but exactly the opposite. He fits exactly what it means to be a player for Barcelona.
Mhm.
Somebody who passes the ball well, can dribble the ball well, has a little bit of pace, and they're just smart technically. Like that's Ferran Torres right there.
Yeah. Daniel, oh Canada, baby.
Oh, Canada. Oh, baby.
I know this is not related to the Prem, but with
At
that
all.
being said,
Like,
we are
at all.
Canadian. We're Canadian, and it's exciting times to be a fan of Canadian soccer, Canadian football, whatever you want to call it. Canada sits in first place. They're on track to be in the 2022 World Cup in Qatar.
at the
They
end
just
of this
need. I
year.
think they just need a tie in their next stint of games. They have 3 games left. I think they just need a tie to secure a spot. That's what I read. They're sitting in first place, 25 points. Haven't lost yet. They played this stint 3 games. They beat Honduras 2-0. They beat Arsenal. I was gonna say Arsenal. United States 2-0. and they beat El Salvador 2-0. The best game out of that stint was against United States.
The United States.
I
It
think
was
United
nuts.
States has a lot of quality, but they're just not gelling. They're very like individualistic right now, so they're not playing their best sort of football. Um, Mexico has been poor this qualifying
Mhm.
campaign as well. Um, Canada, they don't always have the best players technically on the field, but they have a great system. It's a hybrid system between a three back and a four back. They like rotating through it.
Mhm.
I think that John Herdman, the head coach, has done a fantastic job in rotating the players in certain games. Atiba missed the United States game. The
Mhm.
captain of the national team, Atiba Hutchinson, plays for his football for Besiktas. But he rotated guys in. We didn't have Eustaquio either. Eustaquio had COVID. He just signed
COVID.
for
Yep.
Porto. And he's been rotating the team really well. That's what I've really liked. Giving Kamal Miller some time off, even though he's been fantastic. He's injured, so rotating guys like that in and out. So he's done a fantastic job with the squad management. I'd say
Mhm.
that's one of the impressive things I've seen from this team.
And they've been in such a great run of form, and all of this has been without Davies, who's easily the best player on that squad.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, for sure.
he is so unbelievably good. Like I know we've already discussed this, but I had the pleasure of watching him live when
Yeah,
TFC played Panama, or not TFC. Wow, I've lost it. Canada played Panama in TFC Stadium, which
yeah, the
is BMO.
yeah.
And he's a freak of an athlete. That's
Oh, yeah.
just literally the only way to explain it. He's amazing at everywhere he goes on the field. He just excels. Like it's incredible.
What do you think
Um,
about Jonathan David? Because he's a guy that's been rumored to make a move to the Premier League. He's currently playing his football for Lille. They're in the UCL round of 16, made out of the groups. What do you think about a player like Jonathan David?
okay, this is a weird one for me because I can't say I'm a Jonathan David fan. I
Really,
think he's good. I think he
really,
plays well for Canada.
yeah.
But if you look at his goals that he scores, like he doesn't score. He's a poacher of a number nine.
I don't know, Daniel. I have to disagree with you there. This have you seen the last two goals he scored for Canada? They're
Okay,
two
okay,
lovely
yeah,
chips
of course.
and
The
solo
two last
goals.
two goals are probably the
Yeah,
two best goals he scored in his career. No, not the latest one, but the one
I think
when he
he's
touched
got
it
20
down with
goals
his
for
chest.
Canada
That was
already,
that was
Daniel, too, as
disgusting.
well. I think he's got 20
Yeah,
goals. So
like I think he's good. I don't think he's Premier League good, or at least a top side
I
in the Premier League.
I'd have to disagree, Daniel. I think that in our modern day game, a striker, a number nine, whatever you want to call it, has to be mobile. Has to be
Mhm.
mobile. Has to have a great, awareness of the game, and I think that's what Jonathan David brings to the game. I think that he's not the tallest of strikers or more physical of strikers, but he really knows how to use his body well. He knows when to drop into those pockets, play in between the lines, and work with the midfield of Canada because Canada doesn't have the most talented of midfielders.
Midfielder
You
shit.
know, they have Jonathan Osorio has been a great servant to the MLS and to the Toronto FC. They have
I
Ishinaku, which I
don't
think is
like
the
that
most.
guy at all.
Yeah, they have Jonathan David or not Jonathan Ishinaku. That's very good,
Eustachio.
the most technical midfielder there, but he knows how to drop in between the lines and really drive the team forward
Mhm.
from midfield. So I really like Jonathan David, and every time he's had a goal scoring opportunity, he's been very good at converting goals. He missed a goal
Mhm.
against El Salvador. It was a great save by the keeper there. Um, but when he's in on loan on goal, he makes no mistake of it. And I think that uh, he would he would be a great signing for many Premier League teams. I could think of Arsenal needing a guy like that. I could think of, teams like maybe a West Ham would use him, I think, very well. But he could aim for higher than a West Ham. He could aim higher for than that than a West Ham. Um, even a team like United could use him. He'd be fantastic for United. I would love to
I
see
don't
him
think he
in
would.
United. Um, Potentially even Chelsea if that Lukaku situation doesn't work out. I think he's a fantastic player, super underrated. I've been following him since his days at Ghent in the Belgian league before he made his move to Lille, and he was just converting, a high ratio of goals there as well. So
Mhm.
I really like him. I think a guy like Adekubi has been fantastic this stint.
He's so good.
He's so good. He plays. He used to play in Norway. For those of you that don't know, he made a move to a Turkish team this season. I forget the name of the team, but he's playing in Turkey right now. But nonetheless, he's been fantastic because
Mhm.
Canada really asks a lot of their fullbacks playing in this hybrid system. They're asked to come back and switch into the 3-back, into the 4, depending on what side the ball's in. There's different stages of the game that they like to utilize the 3-back and the 4-back. That's just John Herdman style and kind of soccer style right now. But they ask a lot of them because they have to go up the wings, up the flanks a lot. And he's been great at doing that. He's played every game this window, if you wanted the transfer window, or this international window. So he's been fantastic, really driving the team forward on the flanks, providing that width, that energy up the side. And he scored a fantastic goal against the United States. It wasn't the most pretty of build-ups, I'll tell you that. It was just a booted ball forward in dying minutes. But he found himself taking the ball down very neatly and being the defender and just sliding it past Turner, the new Arsenal goalkeeper. So that's another guy I would like to highlight this window. So
I just want 2 things really quickly.
Yeah.
Jonathan David. I can see a man like him playing Dortmund. I didn't want to interrupt you. That's why I went back to Jonathan.
Dortmund, yeah, that'd be cool.
Dortmund. I think he's a Dortmund striker because Erling Braut is gone. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Leaving.
He is gone.
See after this transfer. His transfer it's actually gross. He's a $63 million release clause.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
See you later. I think anybody in the kitchen sink is
that's 2 Chris Woods there. That's 2 Chris Woods right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Newcastle's gonna be like, here, I'll give you 180 for him. We don't care. But yeah, I think Dortmund's gonna need a striker. I think that's where he's gonna go. I'm calling it right now. Mark it down in your calendars. February 4th at around 4 o'clock, depending. You guys are gonna be listening to this later tonight, 8 o'clock, whenever you listen to it. Write it down in your calendars. Jonathan David to Dortmund. That's the first thing. Second thing, completely off topic, but still in the sport football world. Did you see Mbappe's contract that he's potentially going to sign with Madrid?
He's got an infatuation. He's got an infatuation.
$975K a week. It was like £1.37 a second. Like, what? He's
so fixed on the idea of playing for Real Madrid. You've seen the picture. Everyone's seen those pictures of him in his boyhood bedroom with Ronaldo posters plastered all over the wall. He's always dreamt of playing for Real Madrid. It's gonna happen, then. It's gonna happen. The chemistry hasn't been there at PSG. They just got knocked out of their
French cup.
Yeah. So things have been going well there. He's gonna leave. So I see him going there, but that's unrelated to this conversation, but still very interesting. That kind of money is just
absurd.
It's crazy, Daniel. He's an injury away from not being worth it.
See you later.
Yeah, it's not. That's crazy money. We can't even wrap our heads around
52 million euros a year. What?
That's a Chris Wood and a half right there.
Yeah, just to pay Mbappe. It's not even like you get the player; you just have to pay him.
Yeah.
Oh God, what a disaster. Anyways, good for Real Madrid for having that type of money.
Yeah. Well, Daniel, I think that about wraps it up for this episode. Episode 13 is in the books now. Daniel, I'm excited. I'm excited to see UCL knockout rounds. They're coming in this February. I'm excited to see how.
Excited for the Conference League, Can't wait.
Can't wait for the Conference League. I'm losing sleep over that one right there. No disrespect to the Conference League. Just joking around.
There's a lot of disrespect to the Conference League. Not to the small clubs, like prime clubs that are like in the Conference League and they don't even try. Like it's awful.
Yeah, that's true.
Please go out there and show some clubs some respect.
But nonetheless, that about wraps it up for this episode. Thanks for tuning in, guys, as always. Check out our socials. We'll be posting on there as well. Yeah,
like Melo said, thank you. We appreciate it. Go listen to us everywhere. Check out the Instagram at Premier Talk Official. New handle. Premier Talk Official. Remember the name.
All right, guys. Take care and see you next time.
See you later.